So you're a dropout.
Wait.
Well, come on.
Not everybody can do what I do, though. I got
No,
really
but Zuckerberg's a dropout. Gates is a dropout.
Hold on. No. Hold on.
They dropped out of Harvard.
People like Bill Gates and Zuckerberg quit school because they were too busy working on projects.
Correct.
If you're a guy that's failing, like remedial algebra, and you quit school, you're not going to become the next Gates or Zuckerberg.
But bear with me.
In today's video, Destiny absolutely destroys Patrick Bet-David's MAGA puppet, Sam Sorbo, in a heated debate on college. Now, Sam Sorbo, an American actress, thinks that college is a Ponzi scheme. I honestly have no words. It's just ridiculous. But Destiny pulls up with straight facts and completely shuts down Sam Sorbo's claims. And you know what's even crazier? We can see Adam Sosnick and Patrick Bet-David actually siding with Destiny in this debate, which is not something you see every day. It's honestly wild to watch them all team up against Sam Sorbo. But let's dive in and watch how Destiny shuts down Sam Sorbo in this heated debate.
What I'm saying is you do not have to have a college degree to succeed in life. And so setting up a child and saying you have to have a college degree in order to succeed is a false paradigm. It's just false. There are a lot of people who succeed. In fact, most of my friends, I don't know, did you graduate? Okay. Most of my friends who are entrepreneurs, who are self-starters, who are successful in life did not go to college and did not graduate, or did go to college for a short term and figured it out and didn't graduate. And so my point is, it's a Ponzi scheme.
If I may,
they're all in debt, and now they're all saying, "Hey, government, bail me out."
I think you're doing a disservice to college. Hear me out. Because there's parts of what you're saying that I agree with, and there's parts of what you're saying that I just think is not the best portrait.
The only other person I've ever met that's actually to defend college on a show.
Yeah, well,
I'm curious.
Because there's different strokes for different folks. When you say that college is a Ponzi scheme, it depends on this is why I think the decisions you're making when you're 17 and 18 are the most important decisions of your life. Like, where am I going to school? You really have to do the ROI on college. Because it's been proven that
That's
a
right.
high school...
You're completely unprepared to make those decisions.
Totally agree.
Youth is wasted on the young.
Yeah,
That's true.
But it's been proven that if you look at the math, that if a high school degree, you'll earn $1 million over your lifetime.
$1 million per college degree.
$2 million.
Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
$2 million, which you will earn on a college degree. Okay? And then as you get a PhD or a master's, you can earn lifetime earnings on average $3, $4, $5 million.
Right.
Now, for every Bill Gates that drops out, Mark Zuckerberg that drops out, or PBD that doesn't go to college, there's hundreds and thousands of people that are just average people. So that's why I totally agree with you on this. Here's the problem that I think is lacking in America is there is a need for technical schools, right? These vocational schools. But the problem is, if you're going to go to high school, right? You're going to go K through 12 and you're taking all these classes, algebra, biology, math, this, that, and they say, hey, by the way, after high school, you should go become a plumber. What 18-year-old kid is going to be like, I've been in school this whole time and now you want me to go back to being a plumber? And what they don't understand is some plumbers will make $100,000 a year and you might only make $40,000 a year with your liberal arts degree.
New York.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
But
so you're making my point for me.
No, but the point is this, is that very few people are going to go through school for 18 years or 12 years and then be like, all right, let me go be a plumber or a sewage guy or a garbage man. Even though the ROI on that is greater than sometimes a college degree.
Destiny also pointed this out, but Bill Gates and Mark Zuckerberg didn't drop out because college was useless. They left because they had multi-million-dollar startups taking off. That's not the same as some random kid struggling in algebra, dropping out and expecting to become the next tech billionaire. Just like Destiny said, for every one dropout who makes it big, there are thousands who don't. And having a degree still gives you a much higher lifetime earning potential than not having one. Sam also acts like college is just debt with no benefits. But that's not true at all. A college graduate makes on average about $1 million more over their lifetime than someone with just a high school diploma. Yes, some degrees have a terrible return on investment and are unnecessary, but that's not the same as saying all of college is worthless. If you pick the right major and avoid taking on massive debt, college can be a smart financial move.
Because of the whole college prep and career readiness Ponzi scheme. That's the only reason that's
why is
true.
it a Ponzi scheme? If you get a
Exactly.
degree, you get compensated for it.
Because it's like a pyramid scheme. It's like you pay in on the bottom, and then as more people pay in, you will get more money on the outcome.
Yeah, but you don't
except
get
that for a
Yes.
lot of people, they don't get
That's
the
only
climate
if you get
awareness.
Wait,
to
hold on. No, no,
indoctrination of that you have to go to the some out of state school and spend $50,000 a year. If you're okay with going to community college and taking basic classes and paying your way,
here's the thing.
you
If
can
you-
get out of
Well, also,
college
real quick,
with a very
that's not
small
a
amount.
Ponzi. That's not a Ponzi scheme. A Ponzi scheme relies for you to get the money at the top from new people coming in at the bottom.
That's right.
But if you go and get a degree in nuclear engineering, you're not getting money from the school. You go out in the job market, and you get paid in the job market. That's not a Ponzi scheme.
Well, it is, because when the government comes in and bails out everybody's student loans and all of that, then it's all of a piece.
Well, okay, one,
So
that hasn't
it's like
happened
a
yet.
whole feeder thing.
But it
Yeah, but
couldn't
that
happen.
hasn't happened yet. And two, if how many Ponzi schemes could you kill immediately, and like every single person that is like graduated would still be making money? That's not a Ponzi scheme, right?
But okay, so my point is that it's a setup. Okay, because there are plenty of kids who really shouldn't be going to college. They're
Right.
much better served not going to college, and there are plenty of kids in college who are being disserved by being taught things that simply aren't true about themselves and about life in general.
That's a different story. So for me, I think what you guys are saying is everybody here has a point, and everybody here is making a good counter argument to the other person. This is what I would say. To say all of it, like I want doctors to go to college. Like STEM is, I don't think you're saying that. I think STEM, you need to go to school for STEM. I'm not going to have somebody work on my dad's heart that's never gone to school and hasn't gone and done, additional things
No,
you
of
need to
course
be a heart surgeon. Yeah, I want.
and I'm not saying that nobody should go to college.
Right, you're saying.
What I'm saying is that the rule shouldn't be
Sure.
simply applied.
I think the part I have a challenge with is the following area. The part I have a challenge with is the fact that, for every one conservative professor, there's 13 liberal. That's the problem. For every, for example, the one thing you got to give so much credit to the left is they understood if you want to control the way people think, go control universities, okay?
Yeah.
You got to do that. But by the way, Republicans were lazy on it.
It's true.
They have one school, which is what, Hillsdale? And maybe you got a couple other Christian schools that you got, Bible schools that you got. What else do the Republicans? Even Duke nowadays is what? Is
Duke
on the
is,
left.
yeah,
Duke
gone.
is not the Duke of 30
Yale
years
is
ago.
gone,
Yeah.
Harvard's
so,
gone, they're all gone.
So what the Republicans, rather than taking the money that they had and creating some real universities, they just said, nah, I'm going to go out there and just do my business stuff. That's what I'm going to be doing. I'm not going to go out. You need a pen?
Yeah.
Can you give them a pen, if you don't mind? Yeah, thank you. So I think that part is a mistake of the right. Like right now, the left is losing their minds because Elon Musk bought Twitter. Why? Because they've been controlling media for how long now? God knows how long. That's strategically a good move on them. So Elon comes in, he starts exposing everything, and they're like, yeah, Twitter files, don't even talk about it on mainstream media. They're scared shitless. That's how you compete. You compete that way.
Pause. If you're enjoying this video so far, please consider hitting that like button and subscribe. It helps out the channel a lot. Now, Patrick Bet David steers the conversation a bit here, but going back to the debate with Destiny and Sam, I don't think Sam understands what a Ponzi scheme is. Because a Ponzi scheme works by requiring new people to pay in and keep the old ones afloat. But college grads don't make money from new students enrolling. They get jobs in the real world. If you get a degree in a solid field, you earn based on your skill, not on some endless recruiting cycle. Destiny points this out, but Sam just completely dodges it and moves the goalpost to student loan bailouts, which is a completely separate issue. Then Sam goes into the idea that college isn't for everyone, which is true, but that doesn't mean college itself is a scam. Nobody is forcing students to spend $50,000 a year at an out-of-state private school when they could start at community college or go for in-demand fields.
We've lost the competition because they've indoctrinated all of the teachers K through 12. So our schools are gone.
That's a lazy side of Republicans.
Do you
though.
think? But it doesn't matter because it's the kids now that are.
I
that
don't
are
disagree
being
with
taken.
you. I don't disagree with you.
And you think that we have a chance to fight for the Second Amendment? The Second Amendment is gone because all of the kids today
disagree.
that are going to zero tolerance schools are learning that guns are bad.
Yeah.
Full stop.
But okay, so then the question for me becomes, if as a capitalist and a person myself that I'm fiscally conservative, as a capitalist, I like to say, what are you doing about it, Pat? That's my MO in my family life. What am I doing about it? Okay, perfect. If that's what Republicans stand for, what are you doing about it? Personal responsibility. Then damn it, Republicans, take some personal responsibility and ask yourself, how many universities have you started? How many schools have you started? How much time have you put into it? Why don't you take your top 40, 50 richest billionaire Republicans and say, set aside, you really want to do this? Oh, I'm going to give 100% of my money away. To what? Bullshit charities?
Yeah,
No,
stop,
why don't you
stop spending your
why don't
stop
you
sending
take,
your money to these institutions
But
just because you graduated
because they're
from
not
them.
united and they're lazy. Get
agree.
together and say, here's $50 billion over the next 20 years to build some incredible campuses and universities to compete against the Harvards and the Yales and the Berkeleys and all this other stuff.
I can't believe I'm agreeing with PBD, but he makes a pretty strong case here. Sam throws out how college is a leftist indoctrination camp, but Patrick actually looks at the bigger picture and holds conservatives accountable for not doing anything about it. Sam acts like education is completely lost, blaming public schools and universities for brainwashing students. But PBD pushes back, saying if Republicans really believe college is that bad, why aren't they creating their own competitive institutions? If billionaires on the right think Harvard and Yale are a problem, why aren't they funding alternative schools to compete? Instead, they just complain about it. And let's be real, college itself isn't a scam. Sure, some degrees aren't worth the money, and some schools push political agendas, but that doesn't mean the entire system is useless. But this is it for today's video. If you've enjoyed, make sure to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comment section down below.